Hi everyone, Nikki here, back with a brand new video. You may notice by my tone of voice, I'm not quite as chipper or emoting as much. If anything, I'm emoting anger because I am angry, but what do I know? And I'm really excited to get into this video and to just let out my thoughts and see what comes out. I haven't even thought of a title of this video yet. I literally got home from work. It is currently 5:53 p.m. If you see me looking over here and swatting something away, that would be my 10-pound big gray cat, Ozzy, who declares this time cuddle time. I'm in the kind of mood where I would love nothing more than to drink wine, even though I don't really drink. Instead, I have this. I'm only talking to my cat today with Diet Pepsi inside because I really just did not feel like water, and that's basically all I have at my house because that's basically all I drink. Anyway, moving on. I wanted to talk today about being an INTJ and a neurodivergent person in a corporate workplace, or I guess really just within society. I want to talk about being someone who moves and operates seemingly in all the wrong directions, all at the wrong time, in a way where people just cannot seem to keep up or understand or comprehend or accept that we are not all carbon copies of each other, we are not all clones of each other. Basically the BS that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, and the impact, sorry, this cat hair floating around, Ozzy, and the impact that it has on my mental state, which is one of the things that took me here off YouTube. To start off in regards to YouTube, I have a really odd anxiety when it comes to attention. I really don't like it. You may be thinking, well, Nikki, why are you doing YouTube? It's because I'm sitting in front of a camera by myself at home, talking to the camera, and I realized logically that there are people who will see this, and I really don't care if someone gives me insults in the comments because they're all contributing to the success of my channel. It's not about that. It's just I get this weird discomfort when I get attention. It has dawned on me in my emotional health journey that I have been on that a big part of that is because I'm so used to muting myself. I'm so used to mimicking the normal ways of doing things. I'm so used to putting myself in shoes I shouldn't be in, that don't fit me, that give me foot pain, that make my toe jab into the side and it's painful, and I'm doing, I don't know why I'm going on with this with this analogy, whatever, you get what I mean. Like I'm putting myself in roles and in places that I don't fit because it's not acceptable for me to do anything else. And I've unfortunately, just with my upbringing and with my own brain, have never been a good planner. I have always just been focusing on survival. Like, what do I need to survive? How much do I need to make in order to be able to pay my bills and to make sure that I'm feeding myself and to make sure that I'm feeding my cat and to make sure that I can put gas in my car? Like, what do I need to survive? And I've always set my emotional health to the side because I felt like I was emotionally too needy. That the things that upset me, the things that stress me out aren't acceptable things. They're not real reasons why a person should be upset or should be struggling. Yes, I have chronic migraines. So does everybody else, just about. A lot of us have chronic migraines. Some worse, some better. Some people know their triggers, some people don't. Some people have a medical reason. Some people it's just the estrogen in their body messing up their brain. I feel like no matter how sick I am, if I'm gagging in the mornings, I pull myself out of bed, I get myself in the car, I shove food down my throat, I take my medication, even though I've been having to deal with comments about how I dropped weight and I'm too skinny, and no one cares other than how I physically look. It doesn't matter why I dropped weight. There's no real concern there other than I'm inconveniencing them because I look too skinny, or I look too tired, or I'm trying my hardest in a meeting to not throw up all over the place and I don't look friendly enough. And I am so tired of putting myself into places I don't fit. For the sake of what? For who? Who cares? There's no reward for it. There's nothing I'm getting out of it other than more crap. So just to be frank, This has nothing to do with me being an INTJ female. I would like to say again, this has nothing to do with me being an INTJ female. I do have diagnosed ADHD. A lot of my woes have been, I've been diagnosed with the wrong things my whole life, or told that certain things about me I can just change, or that I'm lazy, or that I'm too daydreamy, get lost in my head, I'm too forgetful, I put milk in the cup cabinet and butter in the silverware cabinet, which I was actually really sad about because it's plant butter and it was organic and I had to throw it away because I couldn't trust it. I don't know where I was going with that. I honestly just have sat here for like 5 minutes because I'm thinking about plant butter now, and how I want to make some eggs using plant butter, and it's really delicious. Right, so what pulled me off of YouTube is a side effect of my discomfort with attention. All the things people love about me suddenly become all the things people hate about me because it is an inconvenience to them. There is no care for how much effort it takes me every freaking day to be functional, to be a functional human. And some days are worse than others, okay? But I went majority of my life not knowing I was ADHD, somehow making it through life. Like, I deserve a freaking applause for that, not judgment. Not criticism for every time I get something wrong. I am not good at details, okay? It takes me time to look at something and process what I'm seeing because I also have dyslexia. So you'd never know that if I didn't tell you. You'd never know I had ADHD if I didn't tell you. But you want to know what people always seem to know. Just instinctually. They know that I operate on a different frequency. They know that if everyone goes right, I'm not even looking in their direction. I've already made up my mind to go left and I'm already all the way over there because I saw a dog or something yellow or an ice cream cone or something that caught my attention, and I don't give a crap what people over there are doing. And because of my natural disposition, and my natural, in the way that I naturally just don't look at others to see what they're doing, it makes people see that there's something different about me. And so over time, I started paying attention in interactions. I started paying attention to facial movements, to tone, to how people say things, to why when I say something, some people feel like I'm being rude, to why people tell me I'm unapproachable, to why some people tell me I'm very approachable, very bubbly, very optimistic, but these people over here, I'm unapproachable, I'm pessimistic. And for someone like me with my brain, it gives mixed signals and it makes me really confused. And because of my past, because of a lot of trauma that I've gone through, and because of me just operating differently, not even just being an INTJ female, which is supposedly one of the rarest personality types of female to be. I say supposedly because I'm not sure how accurate those studies are, you know what I mean? But I operate just in a way that gives me attention that I don't want to have. So when it came here to YouTube, I can sit here and I can record this video, but some of you may have noticed I'm not really on social media. I don't have a Twitter. I don't have a Facebook. I'm not on, what's that one called? I'm not TikToking. I'm not on the TikTok. I have an Instagram that I'm rarely ever on. What pushed me off my YouTube channel is because I have a resistance to attention. I perceive a lot of attention as bad or as something that will become bad. I don't quite know how to explain it. It's just this deep discomfort. One of the things that inspired this video is my workplace experiences, which I think I may have done a video or talked about it in a video at some point. Right before one of the last videos I did before I took that long break, I had gotten a new job and I was really excited about this new job. I would have my own office. I could shut the door when I need to. I was doing hiring. I was doing things I enjoyed, and I worked for a person who I really respected, who made time for me, who would talk to me, who would tease me over me learning Korean, even though I don't really like K-pop and I've never watched a K-drama. He thinks that's funny. And he'd tease me over playing D&D. And he asked me how my mother is, and he still does because he still works at the place I'm at. He just is no longer my boss. And it all went downhill when he got his promotion. I went from having only one person I worked for, the top person, okay? They were the only person I answered to. I was always included in every leadership meeting. I always knew what was going on because I needed to. Everything went through him. People didn't just come to me and just start demanding me to do things. Everything went through him, and he had my back. One of the first things he told me is that people in my work environment are like high schoolers, and they gossip about people and they will throw you under the bus. You work for no one but me. Nothing will ever come to you unless it comes through me first. And when he was my boss, I felt safe and I felt protected. Then he had a great, amazing job opportunity, and the person that replaced him does not have the same mentality. And he is an ENTJ. You think we would just really get along great, but we really don't. Mostly because he has not made the time to get to know me. So when other people say things about me, he has nothing to compare it to, and he just believes it. Why am I in trouble for something? Or why am I receiving a poor performance evaluation when you haven't talked to me about anything? You're my boss. Sir, excuse me. How do you know that you even have it right? You haven't talked to me. You don't know what I've done. You don't know what I think. You don't even know my personality. All of my solutions, they didn't even want to hear it. I walk into the office and the person that's supposed to be my boss, I haven't even opened my mouth yet and says, I don't want to hear about what happened. Then how can I be penalized? You and I haven't had a discussion. That person over there, they're not my boss. They're not the person that approves my time. They're not the person that approves my vacations. They're not the person I text, if I were to get in a car accident or I were to have food poisoning. They're not my boss. But the person that replaced my original boss wants nothing to do with me. I have moved 2 times since they took over, away from them. I tried to have a meeting with them today. They couldn't even spare that. So this has turned into a rant of, I don't even know what I'm going to title this video. But basically, I've come to the realization that I want to do YouTube. So F it, I'm going to do YouTube. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about, how I want to talk about it. I'm going to step back into my power, and I'm going to stop muting myself. Maybe I'm not meant for the type of job where I have to mute myself, and maybe I should stop settling for that because I don't know what else to do. Because so much of me has been wrapped up in, this is what I need to be. Like, if I'm anything else, I'm not going to succeed. I have the tendency to not think I'm very smart. I have the tendency to not think I'm very creative. Honestly, I don't know what you guys see in me. Why do you turn my videos on and listen to me? I don't know what people see in me, because all that's ever been pointed out is negativities. All the things I've ever loved about myself have been twisted in a way where it's become a negative thing. And I've muted myself to a very dull gray, and there's freaking unicorn dragon hybrid in there that barfs out sparkles, And the sparkles are acid and they'll melt your face off. I'm not meant to be neurotypical because I'm not. I'm neurodivergent and I'm an INTJ female. I have ADHD, I have dyslexia, I have a really hard time with things. And I rise above that. I get out of bed, I do what I need to do anyway, regardless of what it is, no matter how I feel, and that's powerful. And I need to stop letting people convince me that it's not enough. So with that said, hi, I'm Nikki. I'm back on YouTube.